Wakosisi nepueme na kuruta ebubeli gwemo bilien oji akpantu mene pilotimo olisabi ni gwemo bilien kulio bilio chukwo kikabiama boro na nyaga kulio bilio chukwo kikabiama boro na nyaga kulio bilisienu chukwo kikabiama usiere na nyaga kulio bilienu chukwo kikabiama usiere na nyaga. Maximum respect to my own diluted leader, Prophet Mazin Nandekano. EU kept quiet, America kept quiet, UN kept quiet, the whole world kept quiet. EU kept quiet, America kept quiet, UN kept quiet, the whole world kept quiet. EU kept quiet, America kept quiet, UN kept quiet, the whole world kept quiet. EU kept quiet, America kept quiet, UN kept quiet, the whole world kept quiet. They came from Sahel, they came from Chad, they came from Niger, Senegal and Mali, claiming our land, killing our people because of our blessings. My God, go to the bushes now, they're everywhere. Kidnapping and killing people every day. Raping and killing our women and men, slaughtering them in their family. Hey God, kidnapping and killing Christians night and day, and nobody they talk. Chimo, dividing and ruling we anyhow, as if you're not human being. My God, abducting and killing Biafra every day, and the whole world to watch, the whole world to see. They splitted us just to kill us. They rape our papa, they rape our mama. He go do me, we are one. He shone and bank, we are one people. The robo is so go, we are one. He's on security, we are one people. Ogoni Calabari, we are one. Calabar and Igbo, we are one. He go do me, we are one. He shone and bank, we are one people. Urobo is so go, we are one. He's on security, we are one people. Ogoni Calabari, we are one. Calabar and Igbo, we are one people. They splitted us just to kill us. They rape our papa, they rape our mama, they rape our wives, they rape our girls, they rape our sisters, raping even our children, raping their car with the concealer to women with the top and they die. Small, small, small.
And I will announce to you today, we are now fighting them back. And we will continue to fight them back until we get to a point where the international community will listen to how they kill us and how we pick up arms to fight back.
We are live and we are direct. Zoo is panicking. Zoo is panicking. I tell you the truth. It doesn't. I don't care who you are. I don't care.
I have not just I will. I have become your last bus stop. And said it from the beginning till now. I will be your end until Biafra come.
And what we want to make abundantly clear is that we are warning everybody who is a stakeholder in the zoo about our determination and our resolve to ensure that our land is defended. This is a resolution we have reached, and it is cast in stone.
must proceed to offer every prayer to Chukwu Okike Abiyama, who said it in heaven. Therefore, as we always commence, not from today, but from of old, our Father who art in heaven, nanyị nke bi n'eluigwe, ka aha gị dị nsọ, that your name may be hallowed by men, that we may bow at the mention of it, that we may offer every glory unto thee, that we may offer you every adoration and adulation, because there is none like thee. You fight our battles for us. Every blessed day you demonstrate through your kindness and your everlasting mercy that you are our Lord, our God, and our Creator. This evening we offer these your children unto thee. All over this very planet that you created, they are listening across the entire 24 time zones on this very planet where they inhabit. They are listening to your gospel this very evening, this gospel of redemption, a gospel of hope, a gospel of restoration, a gospel of renewal, this very gospel of freedom, this very gospel of emancipation, as only you ordained. That this very gospel must be preached, that mankind may be set free from the eternal damnation of the creation of the British. My goodness me, I want to remain in the spirit, because we must worship heaven. We answer your name, O Lord of hosts. Everything about us is designed to offer glory unto thee. We have atoned for our sins last year. This very year we have not only atoned for our sins, we have sealed, we have shed blood, they have shed our blood. We have let our sacrifice be made unto thee. Even on the 30th of August, as we are being felled by the bullets of the enemy, by the workers of iniquity and of darkness, we remain very strong today to beckon upon thee, to ask you for your mercy and for your grace, to ensure that your kingdom is restored upon the face of the earth, that you can bring your healing hand to bear upon the life of those of them that you created for one singular purpose, and that purpose alone, which is to worship you in truth and in every honesty. Is there any way that we have erred? Is there any way that our ancestors may have sinned? We confess before a congregation of the whole of humanity to ask you, oh Lord of hosts, to have mercy upon us. You must have mercy upon us. We have suffered enough. We have been subjugated enough. We have been tortured enough. We have been imprisoned enough. We did not do these people anything. Our only crime is to answer your name. Our only crime is to be born your children. Our only crime is to excel at everything that we place our hands into. Our only crime is to exhibit your glory and your blessing, which manifestedly is upon our lives every blessed day. That is why they want to kill us. That is why the British want to join those of them who don't know you to destroy your creation and your inheritance. You will not allow shame to befall your name. You will not allow the enemies to triumph over the lives of your children, because you created us to exist, to worship, to honor, and to praise you. That is exactly what we are going to do when this Biafra comes. It will come in truth and in every honesty, because we remain every blessed day whiter than white and whiter than snow. Is there any way that we have sinned that you cannot forgive us our trespasses, to enable us to fulfill your own word, which was spoken thousands of years ago, that instead of what you promised not to come to pass, that heaven and earth will cease to exist? You opened your mouth to bless mankind to the coming of Yahweh Yeshua, who came here and said, let your kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. Those words can never be in vain because they are anchored upon your holiness and your magnificence. That is why in the end we know that Biafra will come, that these children that we have given birth to all over the world, and their children, and their children, and their children, as long as they give birth to them and they are Biafrans, they will worship you in truth and honesty. Through this very work we are doing, mankind will come to understand you. Let your miracle be wrought in our lives. Let us witness and behold your magnificence, your holiness, your mystery, and your grace. Under our command, O Lord of hosts, we call upon you. We call upon you to heal. We call upon you to provide succor to those of them who are inconsolable. We ask you to come and strengthen those who are weak. We ask you to restore hope where there is hopelessness. We ask you for inclusion where there is destitution. We ask you for one brotherhood, one camaraderie, one bone, one blood, and one flesh of your children. The Efiks and the Bibios, the Izon, the Shekiri, the Isobos, and also those of them from Isoko. We are traveling all the way to the lands of Igala. We are moving on from there to Idoma, to Igede, to the territories of the Igbo land. All these places we dedicate unto thee. All these lands of yours, we ask you to cover it with your mercy, because Biafra will come, and when it does, we will dance on the streets. I'm telling you, by the time that we are done, humanity will think that we are mad, we are drunk in your glory, and rightfully so, because your kingdom will come to rest upon this very earth. That very kingdom is the unadulterated, non-negotiable sovereignty of the Republic of Biafra, that your will may be fulfilled in our time. All this we pray, all this we ask for, in no other name apart from that name that belongs to you. He said,
thank you so much for joining me this day. I appreciate everybody that have connected to the broadcast. Wherever you are connecting from, I appreciate you. If you are connecting from Biafra land, special thanks to you. If you are connecting from any part of the zoo, you're welcome. If you are connecting from any part of Africa, from Europe, from Asia, from America, from Australia, from Canada, from New Zealand, whichever part of the world you are connecting from, I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide you, protect you, and secure you. I appreciate everyone that have joined. Please, as you join the broadcast, kindly share the broadcast. Share the broadcast on your platform. Every WhatsApp group you belong, any WhatsApp group you belong, please kindly share the broadcast so that they can be able to join us. Also, like the broadcast, click like. There is a thumbs up there. Give the thumbs up to the broadcast. Click like and share. It is very, very, very important. It is very important. Because it is we, you and I, you that is watching me on the comment section, it is you and I that will pass the message across so that people can be able to hear us. The social media networks cannot help us to send this information. It is you and I that will make them, force them to push the information to go. That is why you have to like and share. Each time you go to a platform where the autopiloted groups are preaching the gospel of Biafra, you have to share and like. It is very, very important. That is a role that every one of us here has to play. If you're in the comment section, whether you are writing or you're not writing, liking and sharing is very, very important. That is the only way we can make our message go far and people will hear us, get notification, and they will join us. I appreciate you as you have cooperated and done that. And I say, may Chukwu Okike Abiama continue to guide and protect everybody that have connected to the broadcast. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Today, we have come back once again to continue to preach the gospel of Biafra. That gospel that we will never, ever allow them to take from us. It doesn't matter the blackmail they bring. It doesn't matter the propaganda you bring. It doesn't matter the angle they are coming from. It doesn't matter who they are. No matter their attack, their blackmail, their propaganda, we cannot be stopped. They can't stop us. They can't stop us. Today, as you can see, the spirit of Biafra have risen. The spirit of Biafra have risen. Since from the day the flag of Biafra began to fly high in Biafra land, things has not remained the same anymore. If you don't know that we are going into Biafra, you begin to know now. The spirit of Biafra is angry. The spirit of Biafra is angry and is going to take vengeance on every single thing that is happening in Biafra land. If you are one of those who is involved in evil in Biafra land, take off your hand. If you're one of those who is standing on the way of Biafra, take off your hand off it. If you're one of those who is acting as informant against Biafra, who say Biafra will not come over their dead body, prepare. The time has come. The Biafran spirit have risen, and no man born of a woman can stop it. If you remember, Mazen Nandekana have always said it, that whenever you see our woman rise up, when you see our women rise up, you have to know that Biafra is at the door. Anytime you see the Biafran women rising up, you know that Biafra is at the door. And I can tell you today, the Biafran women are rising in full force. The Biafran women are rising in full force in all angles. And things will never, ever, ever be the same. This is one of the signs that will tell you that we are going into Biafra. This is a sign that will show that we're going to Biafra. If you check about what is happening in Biafra land today, our women are taking action. Our women are taking the front seat. Our women are taking action. They are taking the front seat. You come to the struggle abroad, the Umuada abroad are doing great. They are doing marvelous things and wonderful things. The same way in Biafra land, the Umuada in Biafra land are taking charge. Every single person in Biafra land today is autopiloted. They don't have to wait for your instruction. Just as I've been saying, if you know that thing you can do, start doing it. That is the way to go. And that is what is called autopilot. Our Supreme Damazen Nandekano is not here with us. But we can feel him. We know what he wants. We know what he's fighting for. And we are fighting for the same thing he's fighting for. We cannot be able to allow our struggle to die. We will not allow them to continue to hold Mazen Nandekano. Even in the absence of Mazen Nandekano, we will continue to do everything possible to make sure that Biafra comes. If you're one of those who think it's still a joke, it is no longer a joke. Mainly in Biafra land, I applaud every single soul in Biafra land. With all the challenges, even with the attack on their mothers, in the face of all the attack on their mothers, arresting of our mothers, and yet today, our mothers are protesting in the open. Mazen Nandekano said it. When you see our women rising, just beware that Biafra is at the door. Biafra is at the door. No man born of a woman can stop it. Not the arrest, not the attack, not the killing. In the face of all the gunshots, in the face of all the killing, in the face of all the arrests of our mothers, they are still on the street today protesting. Protesting. Undeterred. What does that signify? That signifies the closeness of Biafra. Biafra has come. No man can stop it. The only thing you can do is to key in and begin to seek out your own responsibility and carry it out. The only thing you can do at this stage to seek out, find out your own responsibility and begin to carry it out. Our mothers are taking the front seat. They are not joking about it. After we have seen the arrest and abuse of our mothers that we can't about it, you think they're going to stop. Today, our mothers are still on the street, protesting heavily in Biafra land. And they're not relenting. It doesn't matter what the enemy does. They cannot stop us with their bullets. They can't stop us with their arrest. They cannot stop us with their distraction. Biafra will definitely come. Our countdown continue. And I can tell you today that everybody in Biafra land is autopiloted. Every Biafran in Biafra land today, they are autopiloted. That is why when I'm telling you about Autopilot, I tell that Autopilot is not just a group where you go and register. It's not just a society. No. It's not an organization. Autopilot is Chukwu Okeke himself being in charge of the affair of women. When you talk about the autopilot in our struggle, Chukwu Okeke taking charge of everything. That people begin to act and do this on their own, even without being told, without being forced. People begin to get inspiration on how to go about things and get Biafra. People begin to act on their own. The whole world will be watching. The people of Biafra acting on their own without anybody cajoling them, nobody forcing them, nobody pushing them around. And I tell you, it will continue as the day go by. Today, our mothers are protesting heavily in Biafra land. So many of us must have seen the video. And if you have not seen the video, I'm going to share some few videos that I got. Let me share with you some few videos I got from what is happening in Biafra land. How resilient our mothers are and what they are doing to see that things are in order.
Yeah, this is happening live in Abia. Yeah, today is 30th November 2022. This is Biafran women. They are preparing to protest against illegal detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra. As you can see, Biafran women come out en mass to protest against the illegal detention of their leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Recall that appeal courts in Abuja have asked the federal government to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally. Likewise, Federal High Court Umuahia have given the order that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be returned to Kenya, where the federal government adopted him illegally. As you can see, they are preparing to protest against this illegal detention of their leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Yeah, this is happening live in Abia State. Biafran women are protesting. They are demanding for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be released, just like a appeal court ordered. Biafran women came out in mass to demand that their leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, should be released, as appeal court and Federal High Court ordered. As you can see, they come out in thousands to demand that their leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, should be released. This is happening live in Abia State, Biafra land. Yeah, today, this is Biafran women. They are protesting, they are demanding that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be released unconditionally. As you can see, they come out in thousands to protest, to demand This is happening live in Abia State, as you can see. They are demanding that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be released unconditionally. Biafran women, they come out in mass today, being 30th November 2022, to protest against the illegal detention of their leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. As you can see, Biafran, they come out in mass to demand that their leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, should be released. Yeah, this is happening live in Abia State. Biafran women are protesting. They are demanding for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to be released Just like appeal court ordered, Biafra women came out en mass to demand that their leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be released as appeal court and federal high court ordered. As you can see, they come out in thousands to demand that their leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu should be released. This is happening live in Abia State, Biafra land. Yeah, today is 30th November 2022. As you can see, Biafran women are getting ready to protest against the illegal detention of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu despite court order. They are here in a peaceful protest to show that they are not happy that the courts of appeal have granted Mazi Nnamdi Kanu release. Likewise, Umuahia High Court, Umuahia Federal High Court have also asked the federal government to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu unconditionally, but the federal government refused this order. Now the women are getting prepared to protest against the illegal detention of their leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Thank you very much.
Did you see that? How do you feel when you watch that? How do you feel when you watch our mothers coming out in mass against all the attack against them, against all the dehumanization, against all the arrest and killing? Then you see our mothers marching in the streets. Today, being 30th. Today. Even when the zoo are trying by all means to press them down by arrest, kidnap, and almost manner of things, you see our mothers standing in the front of the wall, fighting, protesting with Biafran flag rising high. How do you feel? How do you feel? The Biafran spirit is awake. And there is no amount of arrest that can stop Biafra from coming. No amount of dehumanization will distract Biafrans. No amount of attack. It doesn't matter what the enemy does. Biafra will definitely come. Our Supreme Leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told us about today. He said it very, very clear. That when you see our mothers rising, when our mothers rise up, then know that the time is near. That Biafra is close. That Biafra is definitely going to come. Every sign that has spoken about by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has completed. Every sign that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu talked about have concluded. And today, we are marching into Biafra gradually. We are moving into Biafra, and no man born of a woman can stop it. We are counting days. We are counting days. All you have to do as a Biafran, begin to think, what are you going to do to make your own contribution? When you watch our mothers coming out in mass with Biafran flag raised high, they are not scared of the bullet. They are not scared of the arrest. They are not scared of the dehumanization and intimidation. You see our mothers in the war front, facing the enemy head on. How do you feel? Is it you and I that will run away from the war? Is it you and I that are still waiting to be begged? You see mothers, sisters, wives out there, women out there, marching in the face of the enemy, unbothered, against all the attack, all the killing, all the arrest and whatever. You see them marching. If Biafran women can stand in the front, you that is watching me, a man, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? Are you still waiting to be begged? Are you still waiting to be begged? Sorry, if that is what you're waiting for, nobody's going to beg you. We are going to get into Biafra with or without you. Every single thing we are doing now is to make sure that everybody is being carried along. Everything we are doing today is to make sure that every single Biafran, no matter wherever you are, will be carried along. We are not going to leave anybody behind. We will not leave anybody behind except those who have already given their life out by their own self. Because we know there are people who have sworn that they will not enter Biafra. There are people who have killed themselves already. There are people who have committed suicide. Their blood will be on their head. we will not be held responsible for whatever happened to them. But as for the genuine and innocent Biafrans who aspires to be free, every single one of us, we are going to do everything possible to make sure that everybody is carried into Biafra. Remember the word of our spokesperson, Master Simon Epa. It doesn't matter the kind of name you call us. It doesn't matter how you can define us. If you call us any kind of a name, we will abakaleke you into Biafra, whether you like it or not. We will abakaleke you into Biafra, whether you like it or not. It's becoming clearer to them. Some of them is becoming very clear. The picture is becoming clearer to them. They now begin to hear the language. You call us a Perima. With that Perima, we are going to Perima you into Biafra. We will Perimarize you. We will Perimarize you into Biafra, whether you like it or not. The only thing you can do is to join those who have committed suicide. But for us, our mission must be accomplished. You see Biafra. You see Biafra. It has come. It has come. All you have to do is to register your name among those who fought for that Biafra to come. All you have to do today, register yourself among those who fought for Biafra to come, so that your name will be written in gold, so that the gods of the land will remember you, so that the gods of the land will visit you, so that Chukwu Okike Abiama will notify you and give you a divine blessing. That is the only thing you have to do today. When we tell you to participate, sponsor the ESN, do what you have to do to make Biafra come, it is for you to receive the part of the blessing, and not the rest. As for coming of Biafra, Mazen Nandekano said it, that is going to come in a way that people will not believe. It will come in a way that nobody's going to take glory. And if you see what is going on today, people don't believe it is going to be free. Many people are still taking off the joke. They think we are blabbing. Some of them think we are playing. But I tell you, we have crossed the Rubicon and there is no going back. Biafra will definitely come. It doesn't matter what anybody says. It doesn't matter what anybody does. It doesn't matter what idea you are bringing on board. Biafra will definitely come. It must come. It doesn't matter the angle you are coming from. Biafra will surely come. Because this is a divine mandate. A divine mandate by Chukwu Okike Abiama. A mandate that is given to us by Chukwu Okike Abiama. All you have to do is key in. Key in and play your own role. If you key in and play your own role, you will participate and you will enjoy the glory of Biafra. The land flowing with milk and honey. As we are marching into Biafra land, we didn't just wake up, begin to announce it. Our spokesperson, Master Simon Epa, did not just wake up one day and begin to announce. Every single thing you see him say are informations coming from the right source. Chukwu Okike Abiama planned it the way it is. Chukwu Okike Abiama speaks the way it is. And our Supreme Leader Mazen Nandekano is connected to us 247. We are connected to him in spirit 247. The only way for you to connect to Mazen Nandekano is being consistent. Consistency personified. Don't today you are saying one thing, tomorrow you are talking about a different thing. If you are consistent, you have no need to worry. Nobody's going to distract you. You can't be distracted if you are consistent. Because the coming of Biafra, it is going to come like a miracle. Everything that needs to be done has been done. Today we are just in the finishing touches, waiting for the time. The Biafran spirit have risen. And no man born of a woman can stop it. Every message you are passing now is for those who can still repent, to repent and fall in line. And for those of them who are still confused, why, where to go, where. If you are still confused, I'm sorry, we can't help you. You need a special deliverance. At this point in time, when every saboteur has been exposed, when the leader of the almighty leader of the saboteur of the saboteurs have been exposed, it has become clear who has been the hindrances in the coming of Biafra, who has been the obstacle in the freedom of Mazen Nandekano and the freedom of Biafra. After that Scarlet White have been exposed, and you are still there asking questions, not knowing where to go, you are deceiving yourself. And for those of them who think that one Nigeria somehow is going to help them, sorry, you are gone already. Those of them who are pretending in that they are one Nigeria, pretending that somehow that they're going to get something out of one Nigeria, you are wasting your garden time. You are wasting your time. There is no pointer. There is no pointer anywhere on the planet Earth that shows that Nigeria is going to get better any day. There is no pointer. Those of you who is shouting obedience, those of you who are talking about 2023 election for your own section or whatever group you are, and you are talking about you are gone. Your own case is the worst, because the Janjaweed will use your meat to do pepper soup. They will use your meat for pepper soup. Those of you who are still talking about obedient, who are still talking about 2023 election, of course, 2023 election can never hold in Biafra land. It doesn't matter what anybody. It has been confessed in different places. It cannot hold. I am happy that Biafrans are standing firm. I'm happy that our mothers are not deterred. They're not distracted. I'm happy that Biafrans, the main Biafrans in Biafra land, people who matters, people of whom we are fighting for, people we are fighting because of them, they are not deterred. They are not distracted. They are focusing on Biafra and nothing else. Biafra or nothing else. It doesn't matter the propaganda they bring. It doesn't matter the blackmail. We will focus. There was a video I posted where the chief legal counsel, the lead counsel of Mazen Nandekano was making a comment in one of these their event, this is a political event where they invited the governors or the presidential aspirants to come and speak. Our lead counsel, senior advocate of Nigeria, Michael Zekome, gave them a lecture. And I love him. That is one reason why I love him. In every single opportunity he has, he wishes to preach the gospel. Every single opportunity Ozekome have, he wishes to preach the gospel. In as much as he's in the zoo. In as much as he is in the zoo. And he's still operating under the cover of that, their constitution of that, their zoological republic. But yet, he seizes every opportunity to make it known to them that Nigeria will never work. That is how a lawyer is supposed to behave. That is how a lawyer, an activist, a lawyer that is mainly a lawyer that is representing Mazen Nandekano, that is how he's supposed to be speaking. Not for a lawyer who will come out and begin to tell you to calm down. Not a lawyer who will begin to and paint you evil. Not a lawyer that will come out and begin to tell you that you are the one causing the problem. Stop killing your people. That Mazen Nandekano should say you should maintain peace. Stop killing people. That's arrant nonsense. Go and watch. I posted that video on my platform, on this very platform. I posted that video on this my YouTube channel, where Michael Zekome was educating them. Every opportunity he has it. I'm going to play the video. I think I have the video. I have the extract of the video. Let me play it so that you can see the way a lawyer should speak. You will see the way a lawyer is supposed to speak. Mainly a lawyer that is representing an agitator, a lawyer that is representing people who are fighting for self-determination. A lawyer defending people fighting for self-determination. This is how they are supposed to be speaking. The way Ozekome speaks. I would like you to listen to Zekome, what he was speaking. In a place where we are talking about all this, what the town hall meeting of the presidential aspirants. In one of those town hall meetings, he was there educating them, telling them that it is impossible for Nigeria to work. I want you to watch the video before we continue. Watch it.
I have never known before. But I want to say, all of you, from all the discussion so far, I've not seen anyone touch the fundamentals of our problems, what we call the national question. You can't talk about a robust economy. You can't drive away insecurity when the very organogram that brings you together is fundamentally faulted, and you are riding an aircraft without a compass. I will want us to come back to this issue. The Constitution is the birth certificate of any nation, the best certificate of any nation. Do we have a constitution that can drive this your vision? when our present constitution is actually a schedule attached to decree number 24 of 1999, and that the General Abdusalami Abubakar government actually held the 1999 constitution, elections without a constitution. Now, you want a robust economy. You have not looked at the present constitution that has 167 items on the exclusive legislative list. What is the business of the federal government? Licensing your vehicles, plate numbers of your cars. Federal government. What is their business with education? Unity schools. With all respect, without meaning to sign off, I just returned from the US on Friday. Do you know that the Miami International Airport and the Jackson Hasby Airport in Atlanta, Georgia, are controlled by county councils, what we call local government areas here. County councils, local government areas control Atlanta, the busiest international airport in the whole world. In Nigeria, it is the federal government that controls all airports. They will control your marriage. Do you know that for your marriage to be valid, you must have a valid marriage certificate at the registry? So your marriage, your relationship with your husband and wife in your bedroom is controlled by the federal government. My brothers, brilliant people on that panel, you can't grow a nation like that. You can't talk about security, about insecurity, when even the form you are going to fill asks you after your name and your father's name. They ask you about your religion. They ask you about your ethnic group. They ask you about your language, about your local government. So you have already segregated the nation. You have already divided us. You have already told us we are not one. And at the International Bar Conference I went for in Miami, Florida, I asked one American, I said, where are you from? He looked at me. I said, sorry sir, what do you mean? You mean where I live, or where I work, or where I was born, or where I schooled, or where I grew up? Because they don't have them. So sirs, you are going to tell us tonight, if it can be done in other countries like Libya, Egypt, Tunisia, Eritrea, South Africa, having a brand new constitution that brings about the people's aspirations and hopes after a constituent assembly.
You had our legal lead counsel, Ozekome, there. Ozekome was trying to educate them. People who came to contest for presidency. From everything Ozekome said, you know, we, the Biafra people, God knows that all we want is Biafra, self-determination. The Oduduwa people want self-determination. The Biafra people want self-determination. But Ozekome is asking them, how can you build something on nothing? You see the way he described their constitution. The constitution that have already divided, a country that is divided constitutionally. The zoological republic called Nigeria is divided constitutionally. Why are you not allowing people to go their separate ways? You see Mike Ozekome, our lead counsel, telling them that the country has been divided already constitutionally. That is why they ask you when you go for any interview, your ethnic group, your religion, your tribe, your region, all manner of nonsense, your language. Why are they not allowing us to go? And you heard him say, talking about changing constitution, he's asking them, how are you going to throw away this constitution to the dustbin? But of course, none of them can be able to do that. No single person, all these people that are contesting for this their so-called presidency, none of them can answer this question. They can't tell you how. They will always support that 1999 constitution. That fraudulent constitution is still what they are building on. He's asking them, how are you going to get a constitution to run a sane country? and they have no answer to it. They have no answer. For those of them who are still talking about Obi, this video I played it for you. Those idiots that are still talking about Peter Obi and whatever, this very video I played now, statement of Zokomen, is for you. In as much as he was asking that question directly to people who came to present themselves as presidential aspirants. And to your own shock, I am going to play one of the answers for you to hear. The kind of answer somebody who is coming to be a president was given. He is so scared. He's so scared to talk about changing of the constitution. He's so scared to go the direction of saying he wants to change. He's very, very scared to talk about changing constitution. And this very man, fortunately enough, he's a Biafran. A Biafran. But when he was answering his own question, he is so scared, he doesn't even want to mention the issue of changing constitution at all. He doesn't even want to have anything to do with changing the constitution. He's a presidential aspirant, I think for ABGA. They're presidential aspirant. And this is the mentality of every of them. I'm going to play his own answer. That is what I'm going to do, the one that shocked me. I want you to listen to the response that a Biafran gave, somebody who is a Biafran. And I bet you, if you put Peter Obi on the stage and ask him the same question, how are you going to throw away this constitution and bring a new one? Peter Obi can never, ever answer you that question. But I am going to play this one for you to hear. The response of somebody who claims to be a presidential aspirant of ABGA, an Igbo man. You see the kind of question he gave. How are you going to throw away the useless constitution and have a constitution that will have a same place where you have people of equal equality? I want you to see what he responds first before we talk.
How do you replace the present militarily imposed constitution, which has not given us our vision?
Thank you.
How do you start from the brass tacks?
Thank you very much. Let's get answers to this question. Candidates, again, you have 2 minutes to respond, please. Let's start from Professor Umuadi this time around.
Thank you. I'm running for president of Nigeria on the triple banner of the rule of law, separation of powers, and due process. Now, you see, I'm a realist. I belong to that school of thoughts in law. I'm a realist. So the reality is that I'm a presidential candidate under ABGA in partisan politics. And that, run is predicated under the Constitution of Nigeria of 1999 as amended. So I'm bound by it. If I become president, I will be president of a democratic Nigeria. And anything I want to do about whatever that I meet, not to talk about the Constitution, which is the grand norm, the basis of all the laws, the proper democratic processes. Whatever misgivings that we have about the Constitution will have to be looked at, and then we'll come to a decision by legitimate structures that are laid down, incidentally, according to the Constitution itself. Any other thing will be antithetical, and there will be no room to accommodate that.
Thank you. Mr. Shaware, can we get your response, please?
I am sure that learned SAN came a little late. I had spoken that the Nigerian Constitution is illegal, null and void by way of its makers. If you ask people in this gathering, the people who wrote the American Constitution was written around 1787. they will tell you those people's names. If I ask you if you knew anybody that participated in writing the 1999 Constitution, nobody can tell me. The people who wrote it. It was a fraudulent, illegally imposed document by the military. But let me tell you, learned SAN. In 1992, when I was 21 years old, we gathered, and you were there, with Akaba Shorun, Ganifa with me, and wanted to have a sovereign national conference in Lagos. Because we're tired of the Nigerian constitution, the military sent police and soldiers to come and beat the heebie-jeebies out of us. Yes, this is the reality. So, when apartheid ended, even though those who emerged as apartheid leaders had to swear by a constitution, they erected a temporary, they made a temporary constitution. The Nigerian apartheid state, when it...
You see, my people, I have to stop Showore. Showore made some little sense. He made some little sense in the beginning, but this is not a campaign ground. I was trying to draw your attention. If you saw the man that spoke first, the ABGA presidential aspirant, every one of you had him. I am going to play it again. I want you to listen to that man. Watch his voice, how scared he is when it comes to talking about constitution. This is somebody who wants to be a president. You know, Showore, on Showore's side, Showore is a radical man. We know his own antecedent and whatever he's doing, his own cases. But I want to bring to this very man that I played this video that spoke first, the ABGA president. The way he speaks, there are so many of them. I'm not going to play the rest of them. Maybe next time I'm going to play the rest of them. This very man that spoke, this is a typical mindset of the person you want to bring to go and represent you. And I am playing because the man is a Biafran man, an Igbo Biafran. And I bet you, if you put Peter Obi on this stage, the same way this man is speaking gibberish, that is the same way Peter Obi will speak. Peter Obi will never dare talking about changing the constitution. Peter Obi will never dare to talk about changing the constitution. You'll be so scared to mention it or even discuss it. He would dodge the question, he wouldn't answer it. The same way you saw this man, a presidential aspirant of GAPGA, of Igbo extraction. A question was asked. The constitution is fraudulent. It is not just that. It's not just. But it's so sad. How are you going to throw away this constitution and give us a good constitution? And this man, fear. You will see the fear written over him in his voice and everywhere when the question was asked about constitution. I want to play it again. Listen to him carefully. Watch his movement carefully. Watch him carefully and see how this man behaved when that question was thrown. An Igbo Biafran, for that matter.
How do you replace the present militarily imposed constitution, which has not given us our vision?
Thank you.
How do you start from the brass tacks?
Thank you very much. Let's get answers to this question. Candidates, again, you have 2 minutes to respond, please. Let's start from Professor Umuadi this time around.
Thank you. I'm running for president of Nigeria on the triple banner of the rule of law, separation of powers, and due process. Now, you see, I'm a realist. I belong to that school of thoughts in law. I'm a realist. So the reality is that I'm a presidential candidate under ABGA in partisan politics. And that run is predicated under the Constitution of Nigeria of 1999 as amended. So I'm bound by it. If I become president, I will be president of a democratic Nigeria. And anything I want to do about whatever that I meet, not to talk about the Constitution, which is the grand norm, the basis of all the laws, the proper democratic processes. Whatever misgivings that we have about the Constitution will have to be looked at, and then we'll come to a decision by legitimate structures that are laid down, incidentally, according to the Constitution itself. Any other thing will be antithetical, and there will be no room to accommodate that.
Thank you. Mr. Shawara, can we get your response?
Did you hear? You heard your Biafran brother. Did you all hear your Biafran brother? Did you hear? When Mazen Nandekano tells you that if a Biafran man entered there, your case will be more worse, and you think it's a joke. When Mazen Nandekano says, if a Biafran man becomes your president, the debt will increase. Your case, you will suffer another 1,000 years before you get out. You think it's a joke. Look at someone. Bring P2B, ask P2B this same question. P2B will be scared, as scared as this man to answer it. He will be beaten around the bush. In short, he will lose balance. This question of changing of constitution, ask them. Every single one of them that is jumping around for presidency from Biafra land, ask them about this very changing of constitution. That constitution that enslaved them, the constitution that made them second class, the constitution that they know that is evil, the evil. Ask them, how do they want to deal with it? None of them can be bold to give you a concrete answer on that. And you still see some people, after seeing all this fact before their eyes, they will still be talking about election. And the case of this constitution is not as if they don't know. The problem of Nigeria and their constitution is a very deep problem. And this is why the only solution remains referendum. People go their separate ways and build their cities and towns the way they want to do it. Make a constitution themselves. Since there cannot be any agreement to get a new constitution in the zoo, the only alternative remains a breakup. I am not the one saying it. Somebody said it in their House of Assembly. Somebody said it in their House of Assembly. Yet, when you ask the question to idiots that are going around saying they want to be president, they will never answer it right. I want to play that one. Somebody made a statement in their House of Assembly that Nigeria is irredeemable with the 1999 Constitution. But go and ask somebody who is contesting for presidency, how are you going to change the Constitution? They have no answer because they are so scared. They know that that is a no-go area. They know that that is the heart and breadth of the Fulani Janjaweed. They know that that is the Fulani anchor, and they dare not talk about it. Listen to this.
When a nation or republic cannot keep faith with justice and with the truth, it will never achieve unity. It will never achieve peace, and it will never achieve progress. Mr. President, sir, one of us quoted from this constitution and went ahead to make prescription for how to move forward. I dare to tell this nation today that this is the problem. This constitution can never give us progress. This constitution can never give us peace. This constitution can never give us unity. And unfortunately, most of us in this National Assembly, we don't have the spine to face what we need to give this republic to have peace and progress. What do I mean? This constitution has 68 items. 68 on the exclusive list. This constitution has only 12 on the concurrent list. And those 12 are written so nebulously, so fraudulently, that you know that the intention is to even undermine those concurrent lists. That is why those who want unity and peace in Nigeria must first remember that the name of our republic is not just Nigeria. The formal name of this republic is Federal Republic of Nigeria. Unfortunately, we don't run a federalist system in Nigeria. Otherwise, what is so unique about all those things that are in the exclusive list? We used to have a parliamentary system, and then we wanted unity, we wanted peace, we wanted progress, and we therefore said we are going to go with a presidential system. Honestly, there are many presidential systems in the world that have peace and progress. I can't quarrel with that. But we must put in place the same safeguards that presidential system across the world put in place, so that you can have what it needs to run the society.
You heard that. That statement was made in the House, in the Senate. In Nigeria Senate, that statement was made in their Senate. That man is telling you that the 1999 Constitution, as long as they are using it, they will never ever have peace. They will never ever have unity. They will never ever have progress. Insecurity will increase and continue. And unfortunately, none of them have the spine to fight that evil and change that constitution. Somebody said it many years ago. And today, look at somebody, a presidential candidate being asked, how are you going to deal with this major problem? He began to stammer. And most painfully and annoying is that the person is a Biafran. A Biafran. And I bet you, go and ask Peter Obi this same question. Peter Obi will be stammering. He would never answer any question that has to do with the Constitution. Go to Peter Obi today, ask him this same question I was asked this man, and see how he's going to respond. He will still be beating around the bush. You see how scared he was. He never wanted to talk about, he doesn't want to have anything to do with issue of Constitution at all. You see why we must get out of the zoo. We must get out of the zoo. There's no two ways about it. I thank Chukwu Okike Abiama that the Biafran spirit have risen up. The Biafran spirit have risen, and there is no going back. No matter their propaganda, no matter their blackmail, no matter their attacks and whatever, we will never, ever, ever go back. We will fight it head on until Biafra comes. We will face them head on until Biafra comes. I wish those idiots who are still parading themselves as obedient and whatever will come along and come across the video and watch and see the people they are pushing for, see what is happening. The election that we know that will not hold. Already we know that the election will not hold. We know. For that of Biafra land is different. The case of Biafra land is settled. There will be no election in Biafra land. We are going home. That one is settled. Our going home is settled. In days to come, our going home is settled. That one is not something to contest about or talk about. But even in their zoo, in the Zoological Republic, the election might not take place. A governor have said it. And recently, this man, the former ADC to Abacha, said it. That election might not hold. We're not talking about the issue of Biafran land hold is settled. That can never ever be. But in the zoo itself, there's every tendency in election to hold. And I'm going to play that extract. I will play an extract of what Mustafa was saying. So
arms is coming into Nigeria through numerous borders and in large quantity. I'm talking of now as I speak. But I'm sure the society is not aware. The question is, at whose instance are these new weapons coming in? Why the increase? Who are the vendors? Who have sent for it? Is it politicians? What is the plan? Can election hold? Has actually the friction started between political parties and or candidates and their supporters? The question is, who is sending the arms to reinforce the insurgency or to reinforce the political side of it?
You heard it from him. He's asking us. He has the answer. He's from the north. He knows the answer. He knows the election will not hold. He's asking it as a question. Will the election hold? Who are the arms coming for? Who are those bringing the arms? And who are they giving the arms to? That arms are flowing into the zoo. Even as you're watching me now. Arms are flowing in from all corners. He's asking, will the election hold? Who is the arms for? Are they getting it for the insurgents or the politicians? He himself knows the answer. But Fulani, they will always play smart. That was Mustafa, the former ADC to Sani Abacha, speaking. They themselves are not sure. They know that the election cannot hold in the zoo. They are beginning to see it clearer that the election might not hold in the zoo. The case of Biafra land is settled. They can't have any election in Biafra land. That one is settled. That one is not something to contend about. But I play this one to let you know that them themselves, even within their zoological republic, they know that something is wrong. Look at him talking about the arm flow, and he's asking where the federal government of the zoo is sending the arms to the terrorists. The supply of arms is going on everywhere. You see helicopters supplying arms to the Fulanis in the bush. Every one of us has seen videos where they were supplying arms to the Fulanis in the bush. And you see this man here playing ignorant, and he's asking it as a question about insecurity, asking it as a question. These are the certain things you have to see. When you see people that are still mentally sound, when you see these little things we are showing you, you have to pinch your tent on your zone. If you're an Odudua person, pinch your tent with Odudua people. Begin to think of how to defend Odudua land. Begin to sponsor Odudua land defense. If you are a Biafran, begin to think of how to sponsor the defense of Biafran land. ESN. We are lucky we have it. We are lucky. Mazen Nande can establish the ESN. All we need to do is to fund them. This is not the time for you to begin to talk trash or begin to talk about irrelevant issue. I have said it time and time again, that the time that we are in is a time for everybody to rise up. It's a time to stay awake. It is not a time to sleep. It is time to stay awake 24 hours, 24/7. It is a time of war. It is a time of war. It is not a time of peace. It is a time to stay awake. It's not a time to sleep. It is a time to fight. It's not a time to wrestle. It's not a time to play. It's a time to fight. And everybody must key in. The Biafran spirit have risen. Our mothers are leading the show. I have played the video. You see what our mothers are doing. Our mothers have taken the lead. They have taken the lead. Even in the face of kidnapping, in the face of arrest, in the face of shooting and killing, our mothers have taken the lead. Today, they are still protesting today. I have played the video, so many of you saw the video. Many of you saw the video when I played the video. They are protesting today. As you're watching me, our mothers are protesting today. Mazen Nande can say, whenever our mothers rise up, just know that the time has come. And when I see our mothers rising, the day I saw them be pushed into the truck, I shed tears. The day I saw our mothers being abused, insulted, and dehumanized, and pushed into the truck by their own children, by their own people who are supposed to protect them, I shed tears. And today again, I see my mothers coming out. I see my mothers coming out to fight, to continue the struggle against all odds. I know that, yes, the time has come. The Biafran spirit have risen, and no man born of a woman can quench it. The fire of Biafra is lighted high. Since we raised the flag of Biafra, all the spirits in Biafra land have risen up. The spirit of our heroes have taken action. They want to fight. They want to fight. It's not the time to calm down. Anybody that tells you to calm down, spit on that person's face is an evil man. Anybody that tells you to calm down is an evil man, evil woman. This is the time to equip yourself the more. If you know how you're going to equip yourself, begin to go and equip yourself and prepare. Prepare for the worst. Just prepare for the worst to happen. But I tell you, at the end of it all, Biafra will come. Always have the message of Mazen Naneka at the back of your heart. They will kill us. We will kill them. But at the end, Biafra will definitely come. No man born of a woman can stop it. It doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't matter the propaganda they bring. It doesn't matter the idea. It doesn't matter where they're coming from. Biafra will definitely come. And that is why most of the time I play extract for Mazen Nandekano. I try to play some extra for him so that after watching it, it will ginger you. It will let you know that you are on the right path. That is why I tell people that everything our spokesperson, Mazen Simon Ekpa, is doing today, Mazen Simon Ekpa is building on the foundation of Mazen Nandekano. There's nothing new that he's doing. He's doing exact thing that Mazen Nandekano wants him to do. Building on that foundation Mazen Nandekano have led. Exactly that Mazen Nandekano would have done if he's with us. If you don't know what to do, all you got to do is to go and listen to the messages of Mazen Nandekano have been preached many years ago. Anyone you can lay your hand on, just watch it and listen. You will know the stage we are in and what we're supposed to be doing. That is why sometimes I spend my time to go and cut out an extract and give to you. Maybe after watching it, you will recollect. Let us watch this extract once again.
Capitulated because of your tribal affiliations or religious considerations. They managed to divide each and every one of you. But today you must make up your mind what you want to do. Do you want to change your lives, or do you want to continue residing in a damnable zoological republic with no hope, way, or means out of the mess that you're in? Why can't we change our lives? Those who are telling you that a revolution is not the best way to go about it, ask them, how come Russia is advanced today? How come the United Kingdom, Britain is advanced today? How come Germany is advanced today? How come France is advanced? How come Spain is advanced? How come the United States of America, of course, the greatest country on this very earth, is where they are today? Is because in each and every of these countries, there was a revolution. Either a violent overthrow of a very corrupt and inept regime, or there was what I would refer to as intellectual revolution. In Africa, none of these appears to be present at the moment. Those of them that commenced the NSAS protest tried as much as they can, but the forces that be overwhelmed them, the forces of darkness, the forces of hate, the forces of retrogression, the forces of iniquity prevailed, especially with the help of their journalists and their media houses. But this time around, we must prepare ourselves. But before we do so, we must ask this very important question. Are we all prepared for this very change that is about to come? Are we mentally tough enough to withstand all the garbage that will be thrown at us? Are you strong enough to jettison every emotional consideration that has to do with tribe, ethnicity, or religion? Once we are able to overcome all of this nonsense, believe you me, this very next phase of revolution will stand, and stand very, very strongly. Everybody knows that Nigeria is a scam, a very big one at that. Nigeria is being run by an extremist bunch of dictators called the presidency. All of you know this. Everybody understands this very fact that Buhari is no more. You know that Buhari is dead. Everybody knows. But those still perpetuating this very myth that Buhari is alive are those pinning their hopes on 2023. So this is a collection of odd bedfellows. These are people who are determined by every means available to cling on to power, to continue to impoverish you, to continue to allow terrorists from all across the Sahel to occupy your farmlands and your forests. They rape your mothers, they abduct your sisters, they kill your traditional rulers, they kill the daughters of your prominent men, and you do nothing about it because their only consideration is to keep you focused on this very elusive, better Nigeria to come. You and I know that Nigeria can never, ever be better. We know that very well. The whole world understands that Nigeria can never, ever be better. Why are you pinning your hopes on it? You're pinning your hopes on it so you can go to Dubai like Atiku and the rest of them and buy houses for your wives and your concubines. You are doing so because you think it's the turn of your village to eat money. And I have consistently asked this question. Biden, that has just been confirmed as the US president, is he from your village? Boris Johnson from the United Kingdom, is he from your village? Is Angela Merkel from your ethnic group? I'm asking you in the zoo. But you prefer to live in all these countries, which means that ethnicity is irrelevant. What matters is the policies being pursued by any specific or particular government or regime, not where they come from. When people tell you nonsense about it is our turn, why don't we wait till 2023? They are only deceiving you. And if you allow yourselves to be deceived, things can only get worse. Fulani terrorists will take over your land. Time and time again, I have warned you on this very matter, but some of you never ever listened. I told
Oh, ye do I pop. Oh, Mary, one in this zoo. Abakare, Mama Daora, Ola Pori Mary Nandi, win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's a three. Ola Pori Mary Nandi, win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's a three. Ola Pori Mary Nandi go onye do I walk. O Mary wone nizu ngiro ya Abakare Mamanda ora Una puri Mary Nandi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's a three. Una puri Mary Nandi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's a three. Una puri Mary Nandi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's a three. Una puri Mary Nandi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's a three. Una puri Mary Nandi win the war. Python that's one, Python that's two, now Python that's a three. Una puri Mary Nandi.
Thank you, my beloved brethren, those of you who are watching. I appreciate every one of you. And I tell you, our Supreme Namazen Nandekano is a winner and overcomer. Nothing will happen to him. He's going to join us very soon. For those of you who are not still coming on board, who are still sitting on the fence, sorry. This is not the time to sit on the fence. This is the time for you to declare your stance. This is the time for you to declare your stance. As for me and my family, we are standing with Biafra, and Biafra is our religion. And nothing will change that. It is either Biafra or nothing. It is either Biafra or death. We will continue to pursue Biafra until we find it. We will not stop. No amount of intimidation, no amount of attack, no amount of blackmail, no amount of confusion will make us walk away from Biafra. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what they say. It doesn't move us anymore. You see our mothers. When you see our mothers coming out in the face of all the attack, in the face of all the intimidation and attack, today our mothers are still on the street protesting with the flag of Biafra raised high. With the flag of Biafra raised high, protesting in the open. That should ring a bell in your ear. If you're a man or woman, wherever you are, you have to stand up. The time has come. The spirit of Biafra have risen. We are not joking. We are not joking. I said we are not joking. If you think that what we are saying is a joke, if you think that you can stand on the way of Biafran people, if you think you can be that stumbling block and hindrance, you think that you can be the one to distract us, I want you to listen to this.
Are yet to wake up from your slumber or your sleep and get the point that we are exiting Nigeria. Exiting Nigeria is not going to come from the platter of golden plate. You have to sacrifice for it. And we are ready to sacrifice everything, including you, if you come and stand in the way of freedom. So you need to know how serious we are. We are damn serious. Some of you are not getting it. You think we are here to build political movement? We are here for freedom. Freedom comes with price. Okay? The only thing you can do is to comment on social media. Don't ever stand on the way of Biafra freedom. We crush you.
Their interest is suppressed. Biafra is the key. Once they can hold Biafra down, they can hold all of Africa down. Hey, freedom fighting, sorry. Because all these people are criminals, they're saying there is no way this man cannot be a criminal like themselves. They don't have a different breed altogether. They don't know that. I am Nnamdi Kanu. I don't do all this nonsense you do. My father was a very rich man, not ostentatious. I had the finest education that his money could afford. We are not poor. Have never been. That is why a poor man cannot be a freedom fighter. If you're not full of yourself, you cannot be a freedom fighter. You have to go everywhere.
You had our Surinamese Nnamdi Kanu and our spokesperson. You had their word. You had a direct speech from our spokesperson and our Supreme Leader Nnamdi Kanu. I have nothing more to add. All I got to tell you is that you have to stand up and sit up. Today, the autopiloted group, the autopiloted media, we are going to have a joint broadcast with Umuada by 8 p.m. Biafra time. The autopiloted media, we have a joint broadcast with Umuada to address some critical issues by 8 p.m. As many as are watching, please be there at that particular point in time. Be there. When the time comes, we're going to share the information. We're going to share it on the platforms and you're going to see it. Many of you must have seen the flyers. 8 p.m. Biafra time, the autopiloted group will be hosting the Umuada on a joint broadcast to address some critical issues. As I always tell you, every information is important. Do not play with every information. Do not joke with any information you hear. Once you get it, pass it along. Don't keep it to yourself. Don't keep any message to yourself. Spread it out. And I beg you, if you have not shared this program or you have not liked, please kindly like and share. Kindly like and share. As you are watching, like this program and share it so that others will get the information you are getting. That is how we can carry people along. We don't keep the information to ourselves. Don't be too economical with it. When you share a program and when you click like, you are inviting somebody. When you click share and you like, you are making the algorithm to begin to send the information to others who are not here to get the information. That is the importance of doing it. That is the role you play as part of the media. Every single one of you who is in the comment section, you are part of the media. The media is not just those of us who are speaking. You that is in the comment section, you are part of the media. When you are liking and you're sharing, you are playing your own role as a media person. May Chukwu Okike give us that wisdom and strength to continue to march on and get into Biafra. Please join the joint broadcast of Umuada and the autopiloted media broadcast by 8 p.m. We are going to meet. By the special grace of Chukwu Okike will be there. And there are critical issues that will be dealt with. Be there to hear first-hand information by yourself and share accordingly so that people can get information. May Chukwu Okike continue to guide and protect every single one of you that is in this program. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter your location. It doesn't matter wherever you are. I say, may Chukwu Okike continue to guide and protect every one of you that have joined this program today. Everyone that have shared, everyone that have liked this program, may Chukwu Okike guide and protect you. Every Biafrans all over the world, wherever you are, may Chukwu Okike continue to guide you, protect you, secure you, and give you victory. May Chukwu God and protect our Oduduwa brothers. May Chukwu God secure Sunday Igboho. Professor Kitoye, may Chukwu God and protect him. May Chukwu God and protect the Umuada. Protect Honorable Azoka and his family. Protect all the Umuadas and their family. May Chukwu God and protect our security outfit. The ESN, may Chukwu God and protect them. The volunteer force on the ground, may Chukwu God and protect them. The BNL, the BNG, may Chukwu God and protect them. And other armed groups that are fighting to liberate Biafra. All the genuine armed groups that are fighting, those that I mentioned, that have not been mentioned. May Chukwu God and protect every single one of you. May Chukwu God and protect our spokesperson, Master Simon Eber. May Chukwu God continue to build a wall of fire around him. Protect him and secure him from every missile that is coming, both spiritually and physically. May Chukwu God continue to secure him, give him more wisdom, give him more mental toughness, that he will continue to pilot this very ship until Mazen Nandekano joins us very, very soon. May Chukwu God and protect Mazen Nandekano, secure him. May the grace of Chukwu God continue to be upon Mazen Nandekano. May Chukwu God continue to carry him on his palm, continue to secure him and guide him and protect him and keep him for us. And very soon, Mazen Nandekano is going to join us. No weapon formed or fashioned against Mazen Nandekano shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against Mazen Nandekano shall prosper. No weapon formed or fashioned against Mazen Nandekano shall prosper. I appreciate everybody who have joined me. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate you. I'm going to see you again on the Omoada broadcast you are going to make with the Omoada. We'll be there by the special grace of Chukwu Kabiama. I will see you again and also see you tomorrow. Thank you.
Edam babi na gachiaso oganira roma konye koropobi
da